We'll take it. Anyways, the road starts now. G2 going up against M80. Percy, Kensei, Lion Blaze, all going up against G2. I think we have a little bit of an advantage here too, because Lion Blaze and Kensei, they both played a LAN very recently, Taco. I think you know about that LAN, and it didn't end up going well for them. Their confidence, they might be a little shot right now.
Yeah, I would say Kensei has probably the more psychologically devastating result at the end of that one, but otherwise, yeah, it's been a little tough. We're talking about collegiate, but this ain't collegiate. This is a completely different roster for these players. They're playing in RLCS, and they know that this one, mostly for M80, is just for spoilers. I think there is a world in which they can do something ridiculous, but it would take a billion different results and scenarios, and that's just not going to happen. So we'll see if they can really handle the pressure, and certainly what G2's throwing at them, because we know how this team looks when they start getting cooking like that aerial, but nice cut out by Lion Blaze.
Oh, look at that. They're on Phoenix. JNapsy switched up decal. I haven't seen anybody rock white Sambas in a minute now, dropping it like old school. That's what I like to see. More people need to go back old school. Utilize those cars that made them great, or them designs that made them great. Like Atomic. Top corner right there. Oh! Almost started off the game hot. Taco, I'm liking the pressure initially, though. Look at him. M80. They're struggling on the back line already.
These are super fun rotations to watch, especially like those tiny half rotations right in front on the offensive third, just going, nope, and just poking it right back in, making every single M80 clear feel like they really have to work for it. And as you can see, yeah, they're certainly panicking every time they even get to the sideline, just thrown right back in, and that is exactly what you want to see. That isn't with the deflection, so a little bit of a release, but Atomic going right back to JNaps, like the 1-2-1 double tap, not gonna get it. It's sitting right there on the goal line. So easy for Chicago.
That's top left Curry right there for y'all, those who don't know. Atomic off the top ceiling. That's a 1-2-3 G2 classic play. M80's all lost in the sauce. You're not saving that one. That's what we need. The last time we saw him, Taco, it's all coming back to me now. And all I saw was crossbar after crossbar, miss after miss. But we start off the day hot, 1 for 1.
That's what you like to see. If you're going to have all that pressure, it's always devastating. And this is actually something you saw in EU, I believe. With a couple teams where there would just be games where they would just be throwing pressure on pressure on pressure on pressure on pressure, and then they give up one easy one, and you're thinking to yourself, how do you let that happen? You can't just be dictating the entire flow of the game and then gotta just throwing one away. So up here's doesn't look like what we're going for. Nice demo through the back line, but not gonna be able to have enough space on that shot. Still solid 50s though. Kensei even getting dunked by Chicago on the landing.
Yeah, they got a lot of work to do. Great ball in the midfield. Atomic tries to fake out too. I'm loving the control right here. I'm already seeing a different G2 style. Much more slow play, but it also incorporating that teamwork. I think G2's lost a little bit in the past about 3 months or so. I think they've tried to mimic the phases of the world, all the counterattacks. I understand it's all OP and everything, but you never lose your identity. You always got to stay consistent with that. That's how you become one of the best teams in the game. They're playing pretty good right now, Taco. 2 minutes left. M80, they don't seem like they have much.
Yeah, they got to rely on some solo play, which they certainly have in spades. Nice pass into Percy, but you're going to need more than that to get past Chicago. Not only getting the save, but then the air dribble out as well. Deflection off the sidewall. Looks like Atomic has that one, and seems like at this point, yeah, M80 is, I would say, in the kind of awkward mixture where when you are rotating against a team that is kind of controlling most of the touches, you're hoping for pretty much a good deflection or win, because other than that, they don't really have much. They could really use a reset, but the problem is the only reset is if they improbably get a goal or if we just score again.
Big 50. Oh, look at the control. Naps taking his time. Air dribble. Old man, can he still got a little something in the sauce? Not that time. Oh, man, I've just missed. I've missed watching North America. I haven't seen it in so long. I've been pumped for this regional. Watch, look at JNaps. I love this car design too. It's just looking like domination right now. I understand the score is 1-0. That's a quadruple commit coming out of M80. Yep, that's right. I added a player. That's how many people jumped up. Atomic by 2. 50-50 by Chicago. Curry bottom left this time. 2-0 G2.
Those two players who are counting are just both Chicago's. He's that bulky. He's just that muscular. Look at him. This power and through. Even Percy's like, I can help. It's like, no. You can help guide that one right into that near post. Under a minute. Like to see it. And this is the game one that I wanted to see when you came into this. I'm saying, well, if you're likely playing V1 in the next round, you want to make sure the beatdown is in round 1. 3-0. And just a casual day in the office here for Chicago.
Oh, it's just easy for him. He's been waiting for this moment for the past month, and he's showing you why. Chicago. Been silent on Twitter. His birthday happened, I think, a few days ago. He turned 22. And now he's balling out even better than in the year 21. Trying to make it back to yet another major. And G2, they're looking so good right now. M80, they're looking a little bit lost. Atomic, might have did a little bit too much right there, but it's okay. When you're up by 3-0, you can do a little much. You can afford that. And it's just hit the 30-second mark. Taco, and we're just going to cruise into this W.
And just add maybe one more. Oh my goodness, almost perfect placement on that one. But yeah, it's just clean and efficient. It's not overcomplicated either, and that's the one thing I do like. I think sometimes when you're seeing these goals go through with these ridiculous over-the-top plays, you're like, yeah, that's good to see, but it's also nice to see just high-efficiency plays. And I think that's what G2 has always really been best at. M80, I'll say, is not going to take this one sitting down, but certainly going to wish that in this format they had some timeouts to rely on, because it already seems like if this continues, it is just untenable. Easy game one.
Easy and light, simple, whatever you want to call it. That was easy. That's like waking up in the morning, all right, and making a quick breakfast. That was clean. It was nutritious, and it just gonna get your day started right. And that's what you need. You need that easy first dub to get the day started right. And M80, y'all got a lot of work to do because it's not looking good for you so far. I was like barbecue chicken. I was licking my fingers throughout that. It was just so simple. It was so simple for everybody involved out there on the pitch, especially Chicago. Already 3 goals to his name. And Taco, if we keep that up, it's going to be a quick 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, as much as Rocket League is an exciting game, that series, I'm waking up, you know, I'm trying to have caffeine, but this series, it's going to put me to sleep at this point. It's just a snoozer. G2's just going to cruise on through this one. I'd like some drama, but to be honest, it's all good if we could just continue on in this one. And I would say, if you are M80, I gotta be thinking, okay, that's fine. It's just game one. That happens. We're against G2. But I think if they don't score first in this game, or at the very least get like more than what? 1 shot, 2 shots on target that actually threaten the goal, then it's gonna be a real issue for you, especially when you don't stop the knapsack. Whoa. Look at the double, just barely over it.
Barely indeed. I got a question. How did you just tweet? Oh! No.
I'm just that good. I'm just getting good team hits, and apparently so as kids say.
Yeah, that was a miscommunication by the boys. Who's up 3-0?
Apparently V1 getting smacked around by Koi right now.
Well,
so
listen.
Everything's up in the air. We told you, chat.
Everything's up in the air. There's pressure on the line. Pressure breaks pipes. But these boys have been here. They're experienced. I'll get back to you on your Twitter in a second, Taco. Great air dribble bump. Oh, Atomic, you got to put that one into the back of the net, my boy. Big boy 50. Own goal coming out, maybe, perhaps. J-Nap staying a little far back right there. Didn't think that Chicago would roll it right in front of the goal. Important to note, I don't know if people noticed, but wasn't Atomic on the Johnny Boy? On the Johnny Boy 1v1? In the past month? That's something we've been talking about on FT and the likes. Getting Atomic on the ones, getting any of these young G2 players on the ones grind. Somebody's got the fact check for me though. I've heard that through the grapevine, but I'm not too certain about that.
You know, in the era of events like Gamers 8, which ones actually matters and really dictates a lot of series. Hence, you know, the reason why Koi got into that, because Season 5 Cosmic was able to, like, you know, be the ace in the hole. Atomic's been looking good even before that, but, you know, more grind on that, never a bad thing, especially since ones is one of those game modes that potentially some people say might corrupt your playstyle at times, but if you're able to, like, find the lessons within ones that apply to threes, I think it definitely makes you a better player. So I want to see just how that really changes things up and how it potentially change this game up, as we're 2 minutes in. G2 still staring at that kind of awkward 1-0 after that Lion Blaze 50 led to the goal, but you know, at the end of the day, it's looking fine. I'm not gonna sound any alarm bells yet.
Yeah, the alarm bell is nowhere to be found, because we don't need them. we don't need them. Oh wait. Okay, well, don't break the glass yet, but I'm thinking about it. This is just looking pretty clean from Percy, but unfortunately, Atomic just can't get that read in time. That's just unlucky. That's just unlucky. It happens. The alarm bells, I'm still sticking with my sentence. They're nowhere near to be found, because we don't need them. They can hit the double touches. They can do... Oh.
And now we wait for the moment of silence from teammates as he mourns his analytical insight within G2 Game 2 on Forbidden Temple.
Look at the cycle. Oh, I thought he'd go for it right there. 2:30 left, halfway through the game. M80, they got a little bit of control. I need to see more demos and physical aggression coming out of the boys, though. M80, they're playing around. This is their style of game. Atomic slows it down. There's the 1v1 we were just talking about. Hits the crossbar right there. M80 gets away with one.
I still don't know why Silence continues to shorten the goals every update. It's just ridiculous that we put up with this, but it's fine, I guess. We'll just have to wait for the next Atomic peak as that goes inside like the cut. And again, it just saved off the post. What is this?
Pixels are separated G2 from their first goal on Forbidden Temple, but that attack still remains. JNaps, 2 up for M80, face him out, and across. Oh, Atomic slots it home. Took 3 of them. Were 3 needed? Probably not, but it doesn't matter. We get the result we wanted. 1 goal for G2, 1:42 left.
After that last post, I legitimately almost was just thinking to myself, I need to go for a walk, and just got my keys, got up off the desk, and I'm thinking, oh wait, no, we're good, because it still goes in the back of the net. So the goal can't prevent us forever, chat. It's just a little bit of a delay on the way to the destination here. Maybe even more if Lion doesn't get a clean touch on this one. Atomic just read that one like a book. That's going to be a weird corner read off the corner, and Percy able to just get that first catch and the tuck over. Oh, I thought we really had something going there.
Still might have something going. Chicago cuts it inside, switches the field of play. JNap's there to collect it. And M80 gets a demo to slow down the pace for just a momentary second or so. As we approach the minute mark, G2 looked like they had some momentum, some mountain taco. And M80's kind of snuffed it out at the moment, but all it takes is that one glimmer, that one chance, that one hope. And they can't shoot, so it's working even better for us. But there's panic on the back line, and I'm starting to get a little worried myself.
We'll see it. Awkward deflection. Unfortunately, that's going to go over. Percy just an animal off the ceiling. Oh my goodness. Almost scored a banger as the putback from Lion. Not going to be enough. That save could be better. And Kinsey able to punish just in time. Oh no.
Yeah, we almost got blessed once again by the fact that they can't shoot. Lion plays. Shot it right down the pipeline. Had both sides of the net to work with. But there's 3 players on the team for a reason. So, look, that was Kinsey there to clean up the mess. M80, they get a 2-goal lead as we approach the 30-second mark. Need one right here from JNaps, 2 up from M80. Atomic might look right here. It's got Chicago waiting in the midfield, drops it down, gets beat out by Percy. JNaps waits for Kinsey's touch. Demo from Atomic on the back line. Yeah, Kinsey does well and gets it by 2, and the clock's just gotta keep ticking. The alarm bells have been rang. They've been rang, they've been found, and it's not looking good for G2 on Forbidden.
Unfortunately, that's just how it goes when you're down. You can't really play the same play style. You don't want to play passive and wait for the opportunity. You have to make something, and for the defense, sometimes it's pretty easy. You just kind of wait for a touch. If you're on the sidewall and you're going slow, that's either going to be a 50 or it's going to try to go into the middle, find a teammate to help you out, and I think M80 able to read that so well. Lion Blaze also reading everything so well. His second goal, and he's starting to cook. That is the last thing you want to see out of the best player in CRL history.
That ain't true. Anyways, that's the discussion for that.
He said it in an interview. How could you deny it?
I don't. Well, they say a lot of things. Anyways, we go next. Those last goals, they can score again right here. Who cares? I don't know why. Well, I guess I do know why. They want to boost their stats. They just prolong the game though. Nobody cares if you scored a goal that was absolutely meaningless. It's a waste of time. Like, keep the ball on the ground. Who cares? Thank you. It's like people just want to keep hitting the ball around. Think about yourself. Don't you want to take that additional break? That's why. Yeah. That's what I want to do.
They just love ball. They just love to be able to hit that up and just say, you know, just extend this game out. I love this game that much. Meanwhile, for the fans, you're just sitting there like, all right, well, I guess we'll just wait another 30 minutes while this ball just continues up. But I would like to see that one come to an end because, yeah, I would say of all the game 2s I expected, that was not it. That was not really where I saw the series going.
It happens. It happens, but we go next. We're not concerned. They started off with a mistake from us, and then we allowed the second one, and we were always playing from behind. back in the olden days when I believe that other teams weren't as mechanical as G2, about a year or so ago, especially as mechanical as Atomic, going down 0-2 wasn't as big as a deficit, but now in these days, you play any of these players, that's just a big mountain to climb. That's not a place you want to be. Got to get back to the game one game plan, securing the first goal, or at least keeping it within one. And I think we're always good for at least a goal per game, and then let the dominoes fall after that.
It also helps when you close down some of these air dribbles, and not only that, the step 2 is taken care of as well. Nice demo on the outlet. Problem is, goes right back in, and someone just got to be there. What's happening here? Just sitting in front of the goal.
Whoa, where's the map? Atomic is beat out. Why does Kensei have time to do this slow-o flip to the field? Chicago sat flat-footed. I'm not too sure what happened. I didn't get a good angle on that one. But that's fine, though. They got their 1-goal lead. We're good for at least 1 per game. We just got to make sure that we keep it tight. Who coming out of M80 once again? They double commit almost every single time they jump up. We got to capitalize on windows eventually.
Yeah, definitely looking really nervy from them. But again, that's also what G2 is pretty good at, is if you go forward, you might as well put it in a dangerous position. So if we could maybe just have that coordination to have that one extra touch, that's great. Or JNAPS could just ISO someone and have a weird kind of bump into deflection. He's still trying to get it through, but Percy able to position themselves just well enough.
Oh, he faked it. That was a decent fake. Comic waits. Smart play lane. JNAPS collect that ball. Chicago waits as well. The patience starting to come out a little bit from G2. They're realizing that M80, they're just trying to play quickly, trying to match that speed. Ooh, big save come from Chicago. Time and space. Everybody from G2 pushes up for some reason. Wait till the ball is hit, please, boys. Thank you.
Old chain dash gonna work. Maybe some wonders to fake out having 0 boost in the wall, but I'd like to have some boost going forward because I can't really blame the GT boys wanting to move out of the half because right now they're getting locked away, especially with these boost steals. Line getting another one. Atomic using the rest of his tank just to be able to tap it back to mid, but that's about as far as it goes.
We have no boost. They have all the boost. We need to take our time, find a little bit of space, and then capitalize on those moments. Chicago clears it out. Here's our time to collect boost. Watch the top right boost corners. All right, we got 200 canisters in JNAP Chicago. 26 coming out of Atomic. Should be enough to make a play now. Here we come. Pop by 1. By Lion Blades. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Just listen to the words. Y'all call me a curse, but I'm really a blessing. Because I told you to watch the top right boost canisters and the play was coming. Chicago, JNAPs. I'll tell as old as time. 1-1 G2.
And that's sometimes as easy as it needs to be. A little bit too deep of rotation from M80, left a lot of space in that midfield. Poor Lion Boy's trying to make up for it by just completely ego-challenging that ball immediately. It looked like it. Now they're really paying the price, unfortunately. That's off. Naps to the back post. It's automatic. No worries. All the plan.
Reed Curry became Reed Simmons for a second because that was wide empty. It doesn't matter, though. JNAP says, listen, you might have turned 22, but you're still young compared to me. I'll show you how to finish it. 2-1, and at a blink of an eye, and G2's back on top.
Dope Ben Simmons burn, by the way.
Ben Simmons, he don't care. He's a millionaire.
You're getting a tweet later on.
Yeah, that'd be funny. Anyways, back to DFH Stadium. As we took a quick trip over to NBA land. 2:05 left. M80, they were looking good, looking solid. G2, they ended up taking their time for once. Oh. And M80, they just get a free one again. I'm not too sure how this one happened either. I heard a demo in the net. Yeah, it doesn't even seem like it was in the net. It seems like it was in front of the net. I'm confused as how we're sat flat-footed, and I don't necessarily know why Atomic was rotating all the way from their side. It happens, though. 2 minutes left. Maybe I'll kick off Taco? Not this time.
Oh, no. Okay, great read, JNAPS.
Oh,
that
it's
veteran
beautiful.
experience.
Chicago, you can't miss this one. Let's go, baby.
If he misses that one, G2's already on the phone saying, all right, we're going to renegotiate that contract after this event because this is not working out. But yeah, it's just a good 50. And I got a feel for M80. Those are the type of plays that make Rocket League so brutal defensively, where they almost have what looks like a very clear shooting opportunity. This is so open, and then one deflection suddenly is like, oh, it's my net.
Well, listen, you got the huge knapsack right in front of the goal. He's got to take you, put it on something clean in order to get it by him. Look at J Naps.
No, I simply say no to that. I refuse to accept this.
Sometimes it just doesn't go well. 3-3. I don't think that they really work for that one either. The boys need to focus up. Just play some solid, calm defense. Looked a little confused again right there, as if people didn't necessarily know who was going for the ball. That's the second time we've seen it in this series alone. One time last game on Forbidden, one time on DFH. The communication needs to be a little bit clear, but I tell you this, the communication on offense is looking picture perfect clear. You got Chicago to J-Naps. Once again, Lion Blaze, don't challenge me, young man. That's all day, every day. 4-3.
I mean, I'd like to be complimentary on this and be like, well, it's a great counterattack. But yeah, I don't really know why no one's minded in the shop. They're just leaving the door unlocked. It's wide open, and they're saying, all right, G2, don't collect any goals, all right? We're just going to be able to just keep moving forward, and then it's in the net. So I don't know what they're doing, but I don't need to know. All I need to really focus on is G2 now defending. Minute remaining. Can we close it out?
Oh, we're going to close it out all right. We're going to close it out in style as well. Good bump by J-Naps. We just got to make sure we maintain our boost, keep the comms consistent. Clean rotations. They haven't proven to us that they can score without us messing up. Look at that. J-Naps cut. Atomic, we don't need the demo. We really don't. Get your behind back on defense and stop chasing Atomic. Nice. He's back on defense now. He should be cutting this. Beautiful rotations. Here we come. This is Rocket League 101. We're just milking the clock at this point. Clear. Somebody rotate back post. No rotations back post. Atomic is still hunting. Oh, but it's just easy. It's just easy. It's just easy. Oh, yeah. It's game over.
Brief little deflection. 2 players from M80 on the same wall. Almost was disastrous for them. But, you know, sound kind of the nice panic signal as the nice back and forth into the double. Atomic, please, Lion with the denial. But that's going to milk off a lot of those seconds. Final push for M80. Lion tapping it down. 2 players are out. They're staring at each other and not the ball. G2, match point.
Match point indeed. Simple, easy, plain, consistent. And we put the alarm bells back up. They're nowhere to be found again. G2 moves up 2-1. Let's take it. That was a good game, Taco. What you like to see out of the boys that game?
It's so okay. The coordination and finding each other on counters is still looking great. That's like classic G2, the passing plays, weaving into the midfield. I still feel like M80 is taking advantage of those slight moments where the ball is kind of lingering in front of net, and they're taking very quick opportunities. That double tap that looked a little awkward. I mean, on them, it's good to recognize that, yes, G2 looks a little boost starved or doesn't have a lot of speed worked up, so we can just quickly get a shot off, and it works. It doesn't look pretty. I don't think any of those goals really look too good individually, but I think that's really what this regional is going to be all about. This team's just grinding out shots and not giving away anything easy. So if we can just make sure the back line is secure, more importantly, the midfield to prevent from all this buildup is nice, then I'm all good about this series, specifically because I know how G2 looks when they're playing at full speed with full confidence.
Full speed, full confidence, G2. Formerly one of the best teams in the game without question, if not the best team. A lot of question marks have been placed on this team. They haven't been performing up to their usual standard. I think this regional right here is a place for them to prove themselves. You take a quick look across the RLCS. FaZe Clan up 2-1. Furia 1-1. What's going off in Wikipedia? Optic 2-1. Complexity's moved on. Genji 1-1 and Space Station up 2-0. That's what it's looking like right now. Don't know how the Koi V1 series is looking. Don't know who's winning that game 3. 3-1 to Koi.
The potential at 2-1 looking at Koi for that one. That would be great. V1 falling as much as possible would be great. A lot of the scenarios have, if they go out before 12th, and that is great. But honestly, that's a long way away. But even still, upper bracket round 1 loss would be quite a lot. Same with M80.
Ooh,
Get up this one, no!
Oh, way to get up, Naps.
Oh, so unfortunate. But the attack is still on Atomic. The back post not being able to pinpoint that one.
That was a beautiful cutoff by JNaps right there. 2-1 for G2. Had to buy his team time. It takes a lot of confidence to make a play like that. But you expect it out of a veteran. Atomic. Was looking for another one of them 1-2 counter plays from last game. They were precise, efficient, and effective. You want to see more of those.
Issuing a brief correction, chat's informing us that apparently Game 3 for V1 didn't go super well, and super well definitionally apparently means 8-2 loss for V1. So that's a result. We promised this region was going to be crazy, and already delivering on that one. Would go crazy as well. This G2 goal here as the pinch comes out. I like the creativity to get that clear, but positioning also is flawless. Atomic off the ceiling, looking into the middle. Not able to race that one down. JNaps, the cut around 1. Lion Blaze is going to get 50 straight down in front of the goal, but I think we were a little too close to be able to angle that one on target.
Yeah, when you get too close to that Fennec, the angles get really tight. Understand it's got the same hitbox as the Octane, and that's what all the scientific nerds are going to say. It's all the same, but no, it's not the same. There's a visual, I don't know what the exact word is, but there's a visual difference when you're playing with a Fennec in comparison with the Octane. Everybody will tell you it. Everybody feels it. Everybody knows it. And the Fennec suffers a little bit when you're trying to make those tight reads, those tight shots. Octane is a little bit better in those situations. Fennec, at the moment, is better than everything else.
I don't know what that was from Lion Blaze, but apparently it works. So several times now, Lion Blaze has kind of just thrown the ball directly into another player and said, deal with this. And then somehow it works. So maybe it'll stop working, and maybe Atomic can go to work. Look at the drag across the air, almost taking it all the way to that top bin, but seems like the double commit this time actually going to work out for M80. How about try number 2? JNaps delayed flick that's going way too far around. Lion only to the sidewall, and the brief deflection. Thought that might have been going right back in the mixer.
Right back in the mixer, Chicago. Right down Euclid. Lion Blaze returns the favor. JNaps is up early off the ceiling. Atomic looking mid. This one's just going straight back. Right down the middle every single time. This is pure 2's gameplay in a 3's lobby. And then left Taco.
2v2, after all, is the favored game mode of many a pro. I would say mostly because probably queue times, but also just because that is what pros have decided are best to implement into that 3's gameplay. Those tiny movements. Look at the snipe from the back post. M80 sleeping on the near.
Sleeping, Kensei. Don't hit the reverse, buddy. The reverse ain't gonna get you back in time. Back it up, Terry ain't gonna work because Atomic sliding it back corner. And G2 moves up 1-0 right where we want to be. 48 seconds left, and I think I already know what time it is. To park the bus. Good rotations. Nothing. No overcommits. We don't need to score again. That's beautiful by Chicago. Didn't dive right there. Let Atomic come in. It's just great gameplay. Place the 50. 30 seconds. We already took off 20 seconds from the moment we scored. We're trying to add some more.
Decent flick around, but Lion, the touch really going to get away from them. Granted, we're letting him get the ground double. Oh my goodness, trying to add to the montage there. That's going to go into the trash can instead. Nice 50s initially, but it gets past. It's rescued from JNaps. 15 seconds remaining. M80 desperately trying to do everything. You look at the wall dashes. They're not going to save you. Another ball to the corner. We just got to wrap this one up with a bow.
Oh, it's a bow, all right. It's done. It's done. I'm not worried. They played it so well every single time they have a lead. No overcommits, no nothing. Just simple. Just one down.
Or M80. You came so far, but you used up too many goals too early. You gotta space them out a little bit, then play some better defense. That's the true way to go into a series. So unfortunate for them.